Hi, everybody. I'm Blum. I'm a minister here at Bhava, and we have a sound bath for you.
Hey, beauties. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so very much for jumping on and joining our debut Living in Partnership with Gathering live stream. We've been doing this privately in like a small Zoom group since our COVID-19 pandemic hit, and we decided that we needed these messages that we channel every week to reach a broader audience. So we are we're going for it. We're taking it out into the world. So I've got some notes here because I'm definitely finding as we got closer to this, I was like, ooh, this feels like a really big deal. I'm a little nervous. So let me start off before I deliver our channeled message for this week for all of us. I want to introduce the Bhava Spiritual Mission to you in case you're not familiar with us and haven't heard about us. We are a primarily digital church. We're mostly online. And we are here to help you connect with the infinite. That's what we like to do. We do this through sharing messages from Spirit like this, and through a program, our Bhava ministry, helping people find their gifts and learning how to connect directly to the divine, and take those gifts out into the world on their own spiritual platform. So we are committed to supporting the next wave of spiritual leaders in our world, especially now as we are cementing into this new earth. We are in a whole new energy and a whole new paradigm, and it's an exciting time to be alive. And we are so honored and grateful to be a part of this shift and a part of bringing in this new earth. My name is Ingrid Turner. I'm the founder of the Bhava Spiritual Mission, and I run our school. So I run our ministry and teach classes there and kind of do, the nuts and bolts. I am a psychic medium and a spiritual channel and an ordained minister through the Bhava Spiritual Mission. And it is my passion, my life, my love to show up and share messages from Spirit to you and help you connect directly to Divine Spirit. That's the best stuff right there. So thank you again so much for joining. Our format today is we had our introductory sound bath with Blum. Chris is one of our leadership ministers, and she's from The Spirited Soul. So go give her page a like and a love. And she is... she's going to come back on again and do another one in a little bit. So kicking off with that, I'm going to deliver the message from Spirit, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about that message and what that brings up for me. After that, we have Robin Harp coming on to play some music for us. He's a talented musician. I'm so grateful he's agreed to show up every week and play live for us. And he's even written a special song for our Bhava Spiritual Mission because it's had that kind of an impact. So I'm just absolutely chuffed to have him on. And then we're going to have a couple of our Bhava babes on with myself to talk about today's message and do a Q&A. So we're going to expand on the message. They are spiritual channels themselves. They have received the message and they are going to expand on it and tell you what they're getting from spirit. The analogy I like to use is it's like a patchwork quilt. We all get a piece of it, but we're not meant to grok the entirety of creation. So I'll get a piece and our Ian and Yvonne are each going to get a piece and we're going to put it together. And we're going to give you the opportunity to share your piece as well. So as you're hearing the message from spirit today, I'm going to ground us in. I'm going to ask you to just open up and receive it. Whatever comes to you, if you have questions, if you have something to add to it, if you feel a piece coming through, I want to encourage you to share that in the comments. We're going to talk about it today during our Q&A panel discussion towards the end of our program. And we want to hear from you. We want to expand on this message. It's not about the individual at Bhava, it's about the collective. It's about raising the consciousness of humanity, and that's what we're all about. So we'd like to rope you in and include you as well. So you'll get a chance to ask our Bhava mission, our Bhava ministers questions, share your comments, have your messages, your intuitive hits shared on our screen as well. So, and then we're going to do some closing announcements. I just have a couple things to talk about, and then ending with Robin singing our Bhava song. I cannot wait for you to hear it. I'm just so chuffed. So, okay. Let me just be human for a minute. Here's what we're going to do first. We're going to ground ourselves in. Probably I need it more than you. But truthfully, when I'm opening up to spirit and delivering this message from Mons, my spirit guide, you're opening up as well. We're all reaching out to the divine and receiving the message, and you're going to receive exactly what you need and how you need it. So we all need to be grounded into the earth, because when we're grounded into the earth's energy, we can really bring this message from spirit through in a practical way and apply it to our lives and use it to change our lives and share this message out with the world. If you're not grounded and you're playing up in spirit, you might be having a great time, but there's not a lot to be done with what you're getting. So it's really important for all of us to get really grounded. So let's go ahead and start there. And then I will read what Mons, my spirit guide, dictated to me, the message in his words, or as close as I can get it in the words of spirit, not my words. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about what that brings up for me and my experiences with that to help illustrates the message in a little more practical way. And again, please chime in. Whatever you got, we want to hear it, okay? It's about you. All right. So go ahead and close your eyes with me. Take a few deep breaths. Go in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel all of your energy pool in your root chakra. Maybe it'll feel warm or tingly, or you'll just be aware that it's happening. Take a deep breath in and pull that energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core, and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pull again in the root chakra, and exhale into your root chakra. And as you're grounded in and you're getting ready to receive the message from spirit, I want you to intentionally open up your aura for me, to open up to divine spirit. And I want to thank you for trusting me as your spiritual channel today to bring through the important message this week that divine spirit has for us. Thank you so much. Okay. Belief is the great power all humans hold. Faith is the stuff of all life, all experience, all matter. Everything around you was and is created from the faith of humans. Most of the time, you forget that you hold this incredible creator power, but it is never dormant. It is just outside of your awareness and thus out of your command. It is through surrender to what is at this moment in creation that you snatch back your God power and wield with excellence the essence of the stars. Total relaxation of your body and mind gives you absolute clarity in the now, making this point of presence the whole undivided experience. This unification of experience brings you home to ecstasy. This is the experience of love, the unity of your humanity and divine source. You become one with God in presence. Our urge to you today is to foster belief, to commit to bolstering your faith. This is done in the slowing down of all of yourself, even when the world seems to be moving at an unmanageable speed. When you slow yourself down, you return to presence, to God's grace, to your ultimate power, faith. You can slow your experience down with the breath. Breathe long and deep and slow. Breath is spirit, ever present, ever sustaining you through this human experience. Slow yourself down with the earth. Put your bare feet on her surface. Match her energy. She is here to protect you, and hold energy for you. She is Mother. Be so vigilant in your slowness this coming week. All the world may be running about this way and that way, but the stillness you encounter in the slowness will keep you protected, armored against any harm that might come your way, and your perceptions will be clear, and your in-the-moment responses confident and swift. You are so powerful, so beloved, so revered throughout this universe. You are now finally coming into your fullness, and all of us are rejoicing at your ascension. We are here to serve you. Be slow, stay in faith, embrace yourself as creator. If you jumped on midstream with that message, I will read it again after we talk a little bit about it. Let me organize myself a little. Papers will get better. It's our first one, so we may run into some hiccups, and I thank you for your patience. So let's talk about this. I want to talk a little bit about faith and what is faith. When I started to ponder this to help us define this a little better, I love to put things in containers and create practical definitions of all things mystical, bite-sized chunks. I recalled a conversation I had with a teacher of mine. His name is Dr. Creamy. He runs the Hikari Rue Health Center and Martial Arts School in Penn Valley, California. Amazing human being, so dialed in, so connected, 10th degree black belt, been doing martial arts for 60 years, coolest dude ever. But we were having a conversation about faith, and he said to me, Ingrid, if humans had faith, if we had faith, we could reach out into thin air and create anything we want. And what popped into my mind is we're all Harry Potter, right? We can do that. And it's true. We can do that. The reason we are not able to instantaneously manifest whatever we want is because we don't have the faith to do it. We're not carrying the faith. The faith is there, but we are not commanding it. The stuff is there. We're not commanding it. It made me think also about, I was gifted a little tiny photo of Mahavatar Babaji from a woman. And he's a guru. If you're not familiar with Babaji, he's a guru who is 2,000 years ago, stopped aging at the age of 17 when he reached enlightenment, and has since been living in the Himalayas. And she told me that she got this from a disciple of his, and he manifested it out of thin air. He's, here you go. And I really believe in this. I believe in this wholeheartedly. I believe we are Jedis, and faith is the Jedi power. It really is. And our job is to foster and bolster that faith. And I love that Spirit is talking about that this week, especially with the crazy land that we're dealing with in the world. A really, a practical way is a story I want to share with you that really illustrates how this shows up for us, how faith shows up in our lives when we relax into the moment and accept the moment completely. I was talking with one of our Bhava babes, Yvonne, who's going to be on in a little bit. And so she can fill in any holes in this story that I missed. But the gist of the story was she was driving and she realized she was about to get in an accident. A car was about to come in and hit her. And in that moment, she came to the conclusion that there was nothing she could do about this calamitous accident that was about to occur. She was completely powerless. And so she surrendered completely to what was happening, and found that her entire body relaxed. Like she was a drunk person, right? In the car. Drunk people, they tend to not get hurt because their body is relaxed. And she said that's what she felt like. She's completely relaxed her body. And in that moment, when she completely relaxed, totally surrendered to what was, and released what the control she was trying to maintain with her mind, because here the car was coming, that's when it hit her. Oh, there is something I can do. And she yanked on that e-brake hard and turned the car into oncoming traffic, avoiding the collision. But she had no perception of that before she released control and surrendered completely. And her faith in the surrender gave her the answer she needed. It protected her. And that's what Spirit is trying to share with us, is that the faith that you foster in this moment is going to protect you. You're going to get everything you need in the moment. Spirit doesn't give us the whole picture, not even psychics. Psychics don't get the whole picture. We get what you need when we're doing a reading for you. We don't get the whole picture for ourselves. We get the moment, and when we surrender to the moment and the divine will in this moment, we get the next step. We get what we need next. Okay, do this. Okay, do that. That's what faith brings you. And faith gives you the power in this moment to create and manage and protect yourself in all ways. How do we get to that? Mons is my spirit guide, M-O-N-C. I didn't really explain that very well earlier, but he's the dude, the form of spirit that shows up and dictates these messages to me. So it's really in his voice that I'm getting these. But he talks about slowing down today. Spirit tells us we got to slow down. And as I was dictating this message from Spirit, I kind of started to laugh, because let me tell you what I do every morning. Every morning, I pop open my phone and I look at my calendar and I look at all the things I got to do, all the appointments and the activities and the tasks and the things I got to get done. And you know what happens to my body? I am no longer in the moment and accepting of the moment. I am in the future. I am stressed out. I am thinking about what I got to do. I'm mentally preparing, energetically, emotionally preparing for what is. And so I was thinking about that and laughing and going, well, what do you do? Not look at your calendar, Spirit? Because we are human and we do have a life and we got to schedule things out. We're not yet in the energy where we can just live fully spontaneously. At least I don't feel like I'm there yet. I got things to run, things to do. And I was reminded of a download I got several years ago. It's included in my Locked in Love book. This is a book of channeled messages. I just thought it was so beautiful. It actually stuck with me. It says, find peace in the cracks of your life. Find peace in the cracks of your life. Relax into the present moment between your life, between the things you got to do. If you're a woman out there and you've given birth, or you kind of know about the birthing process, most of us do, being human and all, you know that women are told to relax between contractions. Relax between contractions. So when you have a contraction when you're giving birth, everything tenses up and it's not fun and you're like, ah! But then you're asked to give those few minutes between the contractions, the birthing contractions, they say, relax, relax, relax. And this is a mindset. You have to be able to mentally relax and let your body physically relax. So what we can do is we can practice slowing down by finding peace in the cracks of our life. The way that I apply this now is I realize I may need to look at my calendar and, see what I got to get done, because I'm not quite comfortable yet with just depending on the 30-minute notification prior. Okay, this is what I need to get done. But then I'm going to commit to the practice of relaxing between contractions, finding peace in the cracks of the moment. I'm going to do this through my breath. I'm going to do this through connecting to the earth. I'm going to do this through my intention and getting present, present, present. Breathing is so powerful. I love it when Spirit brings this up. And I was immediately brought back to a conversation I had with our Lou Martin. Lou Martin is one of our Bhava babes, and he's a spiritual channel, and he's been doing it for 30 plus years. I think he's in his Jesus year now. So 33 years he's been doing the spiritual work and spiritual channel. Very experienced, wise, and beautiful soul. We have amazing conversations. We get to go live sometimes together. And he talked about how his guides talk to us about conscious breath. conscious breathing. So our breath is spirit ever present with us, but we're so often unconscious of our breathing. It's short, it's shallow, it's in the chest, we're going through, we're doing our life. And he says conscious breaths. What makes a breath conscious is not just the long, deep breath, but the presence with the breath. The presence with spirit. It slows everything down, slows your whole nervous system down, slows your whole body down, slows your mind down, brings you into the peace in the cracks of your life. So when you're going, if you're going at breakneck speed, if the world is going at breakneck speed and you feel battered around by the energies and what's going on, conscious breathing, a few conscious breaths is a powerful way to just bring yourself back to the present moment and slow yourself down so you can get closer and closer to that sweet surrender, which brings you back fully into your God creator power. And that is your faith right there. You know, I also use conscious breathing. I don't call it that, but conscious breathing is before a grounding meditation. Spirit talks about the earth. She is mother. She is mother. What is mother? You know, think about your ideal of mother. Mother is nurturing. Mother takes the hip. You can cry into mother's bosom when things are going wrong. She'll take it. She'll take it. She'll hold you. She'll hold you. She wants to hold you because she is mother. You're her child. That is the earth to us. And that is the earth in terms of our energy. If you are holding too much energy, give it to Mama Gaia. Give it to the Mother Earth. We did a grounding meditation earlier, which I love that meditation. It's the only one that ever got me grounded. Take that, any other meditation, you're matching your energy to the earth and get your feet on the earth and it slows you down because the earth, nature does not hurry. But nature gets everything done powerfully. You can't really fight nature. I mean, think about how much time and energy humans spend fighting nature, pushing it back. It would take no time at all if we stop for nature to completely overtake our human, buildings and what we've done. And yet it does not hurry and it will take no time at all. It does not hurry and it will take no time at all. So connect with the earth energy. And I want to say, even if you feel like you come from the stars, my beautiful star seeds out there, you feel so connected to the stars, to different solar systems, and you feel like you're here for the first time on earth, baby, you are still an earth child this lifetime. And it is so important for you to connect with Mama Gaia and to get grounded into the earth, my beautiful star seeds. That is how you are going to be able to do the great work on earth. You came here to connect to the earth and do the great work on earth. So make sure you get yourself connected and do it by any means necessary. All right, any means necessary. So remember, I'm just going to drive this home, Spirit says that we are going to be protected if we stay in the moment, if we slow ourselves down, if we stay in faith. Protection is ours. It's a crazy world right now, and there's danger in our world because we are shaking off energy from paradigm that we're really no longer in. And so there's a lot of chaos and there's a lot going on. And some of us may feel really unsafe. Some of you may feel physically unsafe, emotionally unsafe, energetically unsafe. It's a lot going on. But if you can, it seems counterintuitive to our mind. Our mind wants to be like, let's project out here and make sure we got all points covered so we can keep ourselves safe. But Spirit says, no, I want you to find peace in the cracks of your life. Trust yourself, bring yourself to the moment, slow yourself down. And in that moment, you'll experience what Yvonne experienced, which was, there's nothing I can do. Oh, well, yes, there is. Saved your life. Okay. That is what Spirit is asking you to foster that belief. Foster the slowness, foster the faith. That is your superpower. You are God creator being, okay? You are God in a physical body. You have all the powers of God. In the physical experience, we forget that. But in the moment, we become one with God again. In presence, we become one with God again. So those are the few points that came up for me. I want you to share yours. Like I said, we got some good comments here. I'm really looking forward to diving into those during our Q&A when we bring on our Bhava panel. Before we move on to our sweet Robin, who's going to give us some music to take us home, I want to read the message one more time for anybody who's jumped in midway. And also, I like to do this several times because once we hear the message and we talk about it, opening yourself up to divine spirit again to hear the message, you're going to find that it moves through a few more layers. You may get something brand new out of it because spirit is, like Lou Martin says, spirit is efficient. And I could not agree more. Everybody is hearing exactly what they need from this message. And it might be really different than the person sitting next to you. Well, metaphorically. All right, let's do this one more time, okay? Message from Spirit. Belief is the great power all humans hold. Faith is the stuff of all life, all experience, all matter. Everything around you was and is created from the faith of humans. Most of the time, you forget that you hold this incredible creator power, but it is never dormant. It is just outside of your awareness and thus out of your command. It is through surrender to what is at this moment in creation that you snatch back your God power and wield with excellence the essence of the stars. Total relaxation of your body and mind gives you absolute clarity in the now, making that point of presence the whole undivided experience. This unification of experience brings you home to ecstasy. This is the experience of love, the unity of your humanity and divine source. You become one with God in presence. Our urge to you today is to foster belief, to commit to bolstering your faith. This is done in the slowing down of all of yourself. Even when the world seems to be moving at an unmanageable speed, when you slow yourself down, you return to presence, to God's grace, to your ultimate power, to faith. You can slow your experience down with the breath. Breathe long and deep and slow. Breath is spirit, ever present, ever sustaining you through this human experience. Slow yourself down with the earth. Put your bare feet on her surface. Match her energy. She is here to protect you, and hold energy for you. She is Mother. Be so vigilant in your slowness this coming week. All the world may be running about this way and that way, but the stillness you encounter in the slowness will keep you protected, armored against any harm that might come your way, and your perception will be clear, and your in-the-moment response is confident and swift. You are so powerful, so beloved, so revered throughout this universe. You are now finally coming into your fullness, and all of us are rejoicing at your ascension. We are here to serve you. Be slow, stay in faith, embrace yourself as creator. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining, listening to that message and hearing the talk. I can't wait to hear more about what you guys have to say. In the meantime, let me give you a few moments to let that integrate, tune in, feel into it, and we're going to go ahead and bring Mr. Robin on for a little musical interlude. Thank you. Bless you. Love you so much.
Hey there, my name is Robin, and this is a song I wrote called Walk With Me Always. We are gentle people, we take each other's hand. Upon this sacred earth, together we stand. Hope has brought us here today, to teach us a better way, to walk this earth humbly, and we hear her say, I am with you, keep me in your heart, give me to your children, make me of their lives a part, hold me in your vision of the coming days, walk with me always, walk with me always. We are gentle people, we take each other's hands. Upon this sacred earth, together we stand. Hope has has brought us here today to teach us a better way to walk this earth humbly and we hear her say, I am with you, keep me in your heart, give me to your children, make me of their lives a part, hold me in your vision of the coming age, walk with me always, 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 walk with me always.
Robin, that was gorgeous. I love to watch you play. I love it. Everything lights up and it's just gorgeous. That was a beautiful song. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to bring on a couple of Bhava babes here to talk about the message. We have our amazing and fabulous Yvonne Marie, one of our leadership team, and Mr. Tran, also from our leadership team. Hello, beauties. Thank you so much for jumping on.
Hello.
Feeding the energy and feeling so good. Let me have you two introduce yourselves real quick. Yvonne, let's start with you. Tell people who you are.
I am Yvonne. I'm from Nevada City, California, and I'm just happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. Thank you, Yvonne. Ian. Oh, you're muted, darling.
Hi, Ingrid. I'm from Minnesota, and yep, happy to be here.
Awesome. I'm so happy to have you too. Okay, so I was so organized. I didn't know I was going to be able to do it. You know, typically when we've done our living in partnership with gathering, living in partnership gatherings over Zoom, I just sort of like woke up that morning and channeled the message, because channeling always feels so in the moment to me. And I wanted to give you guys something to feel into. So I did the message yesterday, and I didn't know I was going to be able to do it. I was like, okay, they may just have to deal with in the moment, not knowing, but I was able to do it, and it felt really good. And so I was able to send this message for this week from Divine Spirit to you to be able to feel into and move through. So I want to start our discussion today just giving you two an opportunity to expand on the message. You heard my jargon already, but to expand on the message, what it means to you and what else you might download from Spirit. And we are open for comments, folks, to, if you've got something, leave it in the comments. If you've got a question for us, we are tapped into Spirit. Yvonne and Ian are both amazing channels. They're really different than I am, so it's a really cool experience. So if you have a question related to today's message, we encourage you to go ahead and leave that in the comments, and we'll be happy to address it. Okay, so Yvonne, let's start with you, babe.
Okay, great. I have to jump into that story about the car accident.
Okay,
give you the part that you missed.
Okay, good.
So the part that Ingrid missed was that I saw the person coming. Traffic was going bumper to bumper in both directions. I knew he was going to hit me, or he was going to stay in that center double left-hand turn lane. And all I did was give it up. I just surrendered to that moment and trusted that he wouldn't hit me. And I completely relaxed. And when he did hit me, he hit the side of my car. I spun around feeling like there's nothing I can do. And then all of a sudden I was told, there is something you can do. Pull the emergency brake. And when my car stopped spinning, I saw the reason why I was supposed to do it the way I did it. I would have, if I'd done anything in any other direction, I would have been hit by all the cars around me. And as it was, the officer said, had I been hit a fraction of a second sooner, it would have killed me.
Oh, okay. So, all right, I got some of the details wrong, but the story holds true. That's Wow, that's powerful. My crown is all single. So that is a powerful testament to the power of our faith, our surrender and our faith, and the Spirit being able to show up in that moment when everything has to slow down, even when things are happening at breakneck speed. Holy moly, babe. That's a hell of a story. What else? You got anything else from the message today that you want to share with us?
I got a lot from it. One of the things I really got is, especially in times like this, when everyone is so stressed out and the energy of the world just feels like a pressure cooker. It feels like it's just squeezing you from all sides, that we really need to allow our faith to fuel us. Everyone who knows me knows I deal with severe anxiety. And I think that's something that's kind of, it's also a pandemic right now, the anxiety. And one of the things I realized is that worry that we create about what might happen, that's just our ego fueling that anxiety, fueling those feelings and taking us outside of that moment.
Yeah. And
so the thing that I've found to do, which really works for me, I hope it will work for others with anxiety, I have my reaction, which is often a little bit it's an overblown reaction.
Right.
And then I give that 30 seconds. And then I start the intentional breathing, taking my breath and slowing it down and seeing how much I can exhale. And to me, that's supreme faith, trusting that it will stop, because you're allowing the reaction and then surrendering to God, trusting that it will stop. It's just an emotion. You had to have that experience.
Yeah.
So it really hit me hard.
Oh my God, you pinged me hard when you talked about it being an ego response, or anxiety being an ego response. I totally get that. I've been in this weird state of like insecurity, and I'm not really hooking it on anything, but it's just this sort of, this stuff is coming up. I think that's the energies right now. A lot of people with that. But when you talk about it as an ego response, I actually got this download this morning, which is part of what's powerful about doing the message the day of. But we can always expand on it during these discussions. It's an ego purge. We're going through an ego purge right now. And so that anxiety, what you're talking about, it is an ego response. Anxiety is an ego response. You think you know better than God, that you have more of a handle on things than the divine, than the universe. It's a lack of faith. It's the ego stepping in and going, having an ego fit. So I love that you put that in there and we're able to share a little bit about that. That's gorgeous. Anything else come up for you?
Well, just to me, just that car accident is a sign that if you surrender and you have faith, a fraction of a second, I would have been dead.
Yeah.
I surrendered. I had faith. I trusted. I listened to what I was told. And I was fine. I got out and helped the other people get out of the car. They're the ones that hit me.
Wow. Wow. And that's just it. That fraction of a second, that is in the moment. Everything happens in the moment. It's not outside of the moment. It's not in the future. It's not in the past. Right now, when we get into the moment, that's when everything comes together for us. Oh, beautiful. Ian, let me throw it over to you, darling. What comes to you from this message? What do you have to add to this?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I got a lot of things that I wrote down. But also, I think even in any kind of like when you're in an accident or something life-threatening, something happens to me is time totally slows down. It's like how the Flash moves around really fast and everything has to slow down. That's how it is. So, and you have time there. It's not, everybody else thinks it's a split second, but you have all this time. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just relax and pull the e-brake.
Wow, that's so true. And just a quick add, it's not just in times of trauma and life or death situations. When you're in the moment, in just this moment, time does slow down. When you're in the presence of the divine, you have all the time you need in a split second. That's such a powerful reminder. Thank you, Ian.
Yeah.
I think that's why it feels like time slows down, because when you're that aligned with your faith and you have to make a split second choice, the panic reaction doesn't feel normal. It feels weird. I think that's, so you just have to stay in that faith position, because if you don't, your ego is going to start, oh my God, I'm having a panic attack. This is really bad. I don't know what to do. What do I do? Oh, it's only a panic attack. It'll take 30 seconds. Breathe. And 10 seconds later, it's gone, because you're in faith. If you're outside of faith, you're going to be outside howling at the moon at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Unless that's what you do every morning at 3:00 in the morning, and then that might be your routine, which
more
is
power
fine.
to you. Power to you. We like
Exactly.
room colors. All are welcome in Bob.
Right.
Love you so much. It was sweet of Yvonne. You're such a freaking powerhouse, awesome, wonderful, amazing human. Ian, that's such a great reminder. What else came to you? I want to hear more about.
Yeah. So the thing about faith, and you try to describe it, and in religion, wherever you are at, it's a really hard concept to grab onto, right?
Yeah.
Because what is faith? You don't. There's really no practical way to conceptualize it. But I just read this book, and the author is Richard Bach. He's amazing books.
Yeah.
And in this book, he said that, which is mind blowing to me, faith is the same as imagination. They didn't have a word for imagination, back in the ancient times, so they called it faith. And their imagination and faith are the same thing. So all you have to do is hold that vision. So whatever you're going through right now, you just have to hold that image of a good outcome, and that's your faith.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep on holding, no matter what's going on. You hold that image, and the universe has to deliver that.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. I love that.
You're talking about star seeds and cosmic, stuff. So, so I have a little something to say about that. Yeah, there are. I mean, from another teacher of mine, we come from two, I guess, two kinds of people. There are cosmic people who spend their time in the stars, and that's a natural element up there. And then there are people who are planetary people who love to spend their time, out in the woods, out on the planet, staying on the ground. So, yes, so most likely star seeds are from the stars, and that's your natural element. You love you love staring at the sky. You love great views. You love perspective.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you are here on Earth with all us humans. But that's the work we have to do. So, and that's why we don't, feel at home, because we're here. So that's part of our work, is to make this home, and to do that is, to connect with Mother Earth. The same message as Ingrid saying is just connect. We live in a conscious universe. Everything is conscious, even the inanimate things that's not well accepted, but it is. And all you have to do is connect. Put your hand on the ground. Talk to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to the trees. And if you open yourself up, they will talk back. You'll get answers.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
Trees are the best conversationalists. I swear, trees are the most enlightened beings on the planet. I love talking to trees. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So if you're a starseed and you're having a hard time, just put your hand on the ground. Talk to Mother Earth.
Yeah. Starseeds. So I have a funny little thing to say about starseeds. One of our Bhava babes, who's going to be on panel in a few weeks, Brittany Stokes, she's a wicked good astrologer, and she really resonates with that starseed energy. And it's something that I've never really resonated with. I kind of go, but I appreciate it. And it turns out, as she's been doing the charts of the different Bhava babes in our community and getting to really know her skill, she sees starseed markings in so many of our community. And I was like, I kind of did a really kind of, sideways cock at her. And she goes, well, let me look at your chart. And she looked at my chart. She goes, you have no starseed marking. And I was like, huh. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm not special. And I just made a crack about it. I don't really, it's fine. But what she came back with, which I thought was really powerful, is, Ingrid, you've been on Earth forever. Like, I have ancient Earth energy is what I have. And I really feel that resonates with me. I'm deeply rooted on the Earth. And I've spent a lot of time ungrounded, but that's not the same as being out in the stars, like the star seeds feel. But as somebody who's deeply rooted to the Earth, our community is a place where star seeds like you, Ian, can show up and help get more grounded to do the big work that they're here to do, bringing in this new Earth. She was like,
we need you, people like you, because you're planetary. You're planetary people.
Yeah, I'm on the Earth, solidly on the Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, I've met a couple of planetary people, and they are solid. They are just like the Earth. And if that's why we need each other, starseeds and planetary people.
Absolutely.
That's how we come together. Yeah.
Absolutely, because the starseed energy, that big in the sky, expansive energy, is what's pulling us forward into the new age, into the new Earth. And that Earth energy is keeping it grounded and helping it cement into this dimension's reality, is kind of the way I feel about it. So yeah, that's good. I love that we just went off on starseed. Okay, so we have a comment I'd like to look at. Are you done, Ian? Did you have some more to say, or can we jump into comments? Okay, so I like talking about faith. Angelina says, I love Angelina. I wish she would just come and hang out with us all the time, Angelina. Bhava babes love you. We are not given the power to instantly create everything. Yet I feel because if we do not have enough control over our mind and imagination, then we would create something dangerous. However, I find when I just let go, Spirit brings me what I need and want in a fun and unexpected ways. Also, they pull me to different places, and it always pays off when I follow. Yeah, I would agree with that. I feel like it's our ego that prevents us from manifesting what we want, because desire is connected to ego, right? Desire and ego. What a desire, Spirit tells me that desire is like a signpost pointing you in the next direction. It's not the end result. It's not the destination. But our ego tells us that our desire is the destination. It's where we want to get to. The truth is, our desire is just helping us understand how we want to feel. So when we step into our trust and our faith, Spirit kind of takes the reins and helps give us what we actually want, which is how we want to feel. And whereas our ego, which is not faith, when we are trying to manifest something from our ego, from a desire of a specific thing or a specific person, we have a harder time with that, because it's not faith, it's the mind, it's the ego. Yeah, tell us how you feel about that, Angelina. And Yvonne, Ian, do you guys have anything to add to that? I can put up her comment again. It was kind of a long one.
I honestly, it reminds me of a road trip I took, and I had no idea where I was going or when I was coming back.
Nice.
And just every time I'd get to an intersection, it would be left, right, or straight. Where are we going? And I just followed the directions, and I had the best darn time. That's how I found Bolinas.
Oh,
All of a sudden I was told to turn left, and then I get to a 3-way, and right ahead of me, it says you're entering like this, whatever, intentional community, but it doesn't tell you which way to go.
yeah.
And then I heard in my head, go left. Okay. And it ended up being Bolinas, which is amazing.
I've heard Bolinas is amazing.
Oh my God, it's so good. I had a great time doing that.
Living from that spontaneous intuition,
Yes.
that is like the ideal, I feel like.
Oh my God, it's so rich.
And then I think about looking at my calendar in the morning. I'm like, how do you do that? And then like Spirit says, in the cracks of your life. Yeah. But being able to just spend, I love it when I get to spend those days like that, just living spontaneously. The most magical stuff shows up. I feel like we should intentionally carve out days during the week where it's just like, I'm living a spontaneous life. My day, I have nothing going on. I'm just going to see where I'm pulled and then let the magic occur. Ian, what do you feel? What came to you with Angelina's comment?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can, it's possible to create all these other stuff that you don't want, right? Because your mind goes there, and well, you can see this as a Earth as a school. Look at all the you can test out your manifestations, right? And stuff happens, and I mean, you're gonna get that experience if you think all you do is think about negative stuff, well, that's your experience. If you want a positive experience, then think positive. It's that simple, but
It really
hard.
is that simple. So it's simple. It's not hard to do, but it really does take commitment and vigilance. It's so easy to let our mind call the shots and just believe the bullshit that I maybe shouldn't swear on these live videos. To believe the BS that our mind is telling us, or to flip it and turn it around and look at another perspective and find the gold there. It takes a lot of practice, and it takes quite a lot of vigilance. And it is a practice. We're not going to be perfect at it. We're human, but making it a practice is really powerful and will change your life. Yeah.
And don't let anybody call you crazy, because, if you really want something and you go for it, there are a lot of people who are going to call you crazy. But
humans are unstoppable. When you want something, you go for it. Humans are unstoppable. I have a story to tell you. You talked about manifesting what we don't want. A story popped into my head. When I was a kid, I remember my dad was really into meditation and yoga and was really fostered that in us kids as well, and that spiritual lifestyle. And he told me this story. He said, Ingrid, you have to be careful about what you visualize when you visualize your desires. Let me tell you why. She told me a story about a man who he knew, or he'd heard the story. I'm not sure, but it was a good story. He said that the man wanted a Mercedes. He wanted it bad. And so he spent his time every morning in meditation visualizing the Mercedes parked in his garage. All right. He's visualized it parked in his garage, and he was vigilant about this. He says every day, I want it. I want the Mercedes. And then presently his life kind of started to change. His marriage fell apart. He ended up moving. His wife stayed in the house. He got a divorce. And one day he's driving by his old house and the garage door is open and there's a Mercedes parked in the garage. And that's true. When you're manifesting from your ego, you're going to get exactly what you ask for. But that's not the same as manifesting from your heart, from how you want to feel. Now, how might we manifest in that experience? If you want a Mercedes, this is what I like to tell people, kind of going off on a little bit here with manifestation. This is really powerful. Yes, it is imagination, but the imagination needs to be connected to your heart. It needs to be heart imagination. So you need to feel what you believe that Mercedes will give you. Let go of the form, which is the desire. Understand that it's a signpost. Well, I'm going to feel free in that Mercedes. I'm going to feel successful. I'm going to feel whatever it is that we think that Mercedes is going to give us. That's what we're really after. That's the true desire. And that's what we manifest with faith when we are manifesting from our heart rather than our ego, which is, I want it. That one always stuck with me. Are we ready to move on to another comment?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to starseeds, Samantha says, I love learning about the different types. I've always felt most connected to Mother Earth. However, I do also absolutely feel the sky and stars so close to me. Is it possible to be both? Well, here's what comes to me, Samantha. There's different, the way I understand it is souls are having expressions in this moment, and your soul expression may be really strongly, anciently connected to the earth. Your soul expression may be like, I feel brand new here, and then anything in between. So yeah, I feel like feeling both is totally not only possible, but for the majority of people, probably very likely that we feel a strong pull to both of those. And there's a place for us here, especially on this new earth. You're kind of like, you're grounding in and you're taking us home. Yvonne, Ian, do you have any comments about that?
No, I just want to know if I'm a starseed or not. No, I need to call Brittany. I know, so I need to call Brittany. Hey, Britt.
Yeah, call Brittany.
Would not
just want to know.
Yeah, okay, so is this Samantha? Yeah. So connect, I don't know if you believe in past lives or not, but connect with the past life. You bring your past lives to this current lifetime. So if currently you connect with the planet, that's totally fine. Your past life may have been cosmic. So you bring that cosmic energy with you. So you're already here with both energies. So yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Brittany.
I got to hit. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just got to hit too that if she stands outside barefoot, somewhat like a sun salutation. So you're honoring both at the same time. That would be really powerful for her.
Nice, nice. So our star astrologer, Brittany, who we've been gushing about, left a good comment here about starseeds going back. She said, starseeds' mission is to connect deeply with the earth. Hello, center of the earth. I feel this deeply connect to the very core to receive balance, grounding, and direction. Yeah. So starseed babes, you want to check out. And we know you want to check out. Don't. You are needed here on earth. That is why you're here. So get to work and get grounded.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That's right. You heard
Pointing at me. I heard you.
You heard me.
I heard you.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, and I think we all agree with that. You know, if you're feeling like your energy's out here, call it starseed, call it whatever. If you feel like you're always like moving towards the stars and get me out of here, that's really an indication that you really need to go the other direction and ground deep into that earth. And when you ground into that earth so deeply and so tightly, that's where you're going to find your power. That's where you're going to find your star power. Iman said the essence of the stars. Let me read that again, because that's coming up. I didn't know. I thought that was beautiful when he said that, but I think this is why he said it. It is through surrender to what is at the moment in creation that you snatch back your God power and wield with excellence the essence of the stars. All right, Starseed, this is for you in a big way. Yeah, baby. We got Dina left a really good comment, which amplifies words. Words are hard. You know what I mean when I read it. I feel like when we create from the mind, so we're going back to manifesting here, because we live in a duality, we manifest what we believe we want and end up with what we want and don't want, equal opposites. But when we surrender to spirit and the divine flow of the universe, spirit helps us manifest our heart's desire. The heart will never lead us astray because it is the seat of spirit within our earthbound temples. Oh, that's beautiful. Dina is one of our, she's one of our leadership team. She is gorgeous, and what she says is gorgeous. Can I just say something about duality, though, and we living in a duality? I want to drive this home. Spirit keeps telling me we don't live there anymore. We've popped into a new paradigm. We are used to living in that duality. And you're right, Dina. I mean, coming into the heart and letting go of the form and what we've been talking about is going to become more and more natural for us, because it's more and more what we're going to want. The arena of the mind and the ego and wanting and desire and manifesting and materialism is going away. We've moved into a paradigm of love, and we're just cementing into it. So everything we're talking about is going to become easier and easier and easier for people to drop into their heart. It's going to be more aligned, more of a requirement for people to live from their hearts, to live spontaneously, to live from passion. So that's what I want to say about that. What do you two got? Anything more with Dina's comment? I can read it again.
Yeah, please do. Thank you.
Yeah, pulling it up. Sure. I feel like when we create from the mind, because we live in a duality, we manifest what we believe we want. That's the ego, and end up with what we want and don't want, equal opposites. That is so true, Dina. How many times have I experienced that one? But when we surrender to spirit and the divine flow of the universe, spirit helps us manifest our heart's desire. The heart will never lead us astray because it is the seat of spirit within our earthbound temples.
I just have it come to a thought of one day when I went out into town and I had no agenda, I had no place to be. And the only thing I wanted to do was follow my curiosity. And I was going to follow any place my heart was tugged that I was curious about, I didn't know about. First thing I did was pull up and park in front of or behind a truck that said, follow your curiosity in it.
Can't make this up.
I can't make this up at all. But it was one of those things that every time I went a certain direction, I would run into people who were just so open and, how are you? You look lovely. And then we'd end up having a prayer session, at the corner of Broad Street and Cottage. I intentionally went out there with no intention other than follow my curiosity. And for some reason, when we do that, it just changes everything. It's like the monkey's off your back.
Yeah. Ian, what you got, darling?
Yeah, so the conversation we had the other day, Ingrid, heart and mind do not speak the same language.
Nope, not even
at all. Nothing different.
Not right? Well.
Yeah, so the thing with that is let your mind give you the direction. Say, all right, I want a Mercedes, right? But let your heart bring that Mercedes to you in whatever way.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Yvonne.
It's just my dream car is a Volkswagen thing, right? That is my dream car.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to let go of it for a long time. And the one day my friend brought me a little Hot Wheels Volkswagen thing. And it is on my kitchen sink right there when I wash dishes. I see it every day. So made my dream come true. Didn't cost me a dime.
I was just going to say, I love that you said that. That's perfect. What I was going to say is like, and you know what? Enough might be a one-time ride in a Mercedes. That might be all you need.
Yeah.
That might be all you need to pop into the next phase. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that, Ian. We have a question or a comment about past lives, which I think might be a little bit of an interesting one, to a little sidebar here. Samantha's is saying, I absolutely believe in past lives. I've been wanting to delve more into that. So I have a lot to say about past lives, but I'm going to defer to Yvonne and Ian and tell us, can you share a little bit about what your understanding from Spirit is about past lives?
And I'm going to let you start first. Well, because I feel like this is an area where you delve into more, and I all right, I get little hits here and there. I see things and I feel things sometimes, but I don't dive into it too much because it feels intangible for me. Like I can't rely on it.
Yeah.
I'll get really strong feelings, like the second I met Ingrid. It was just this heart, like, yes, this person. Okay. Yes. Yeah. It was like, okay, I love her. Okay. Keep this woman. But that's the only thing is like the people that I have that instant connection with, I know there's something past life, but I can't figure it out. It's intangible for me.
Yeah. And you know what? My hit is you don't need to, but
that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. Ian, what comes to you?
Yeah, definitely. You don't, because this life is this life. This is the present one is the important one.
Yes.
Your past lives, the hit I get is, you know about cellular memory, right?
Yeah.
So your past lives are in all of your whole body.
Oh, I love that.
And if you feel something somewhere in your body, I mean that's a past life memory that you can't explain, right? So that's, you could explore that. The other thing is if you have like a habit or something that you do naturally that you just do, you don't know why, it's because you do it. And it's not explained through astrology, or maybe some weird thing that you just do. That's an indication of a past life habit or something that you did in a past life that you brought forth that you're keeping with you in this life. And then, I mean, there's so many things you can do, like past life regressions, hypnosis. Things to explore more that realm.
Yeah, but I like what you said. It's not actually important.
Yeah.
What's important is this lifetime.
Yeah, the present one is always the important one.
So what Spirit told me, shared with me, and this goes pretty esoteric, so bear with me. Time is not a thing. Linear time. It's not a thing. And you know how we know that? Drive somewhere new, get a sense of how long it takes. You get a sense of how long it takes when you drive the way back. It's so much shorter. There's no rhyme or reason for that, right? So linear time is not a thing. It's only the moment. That is the only reality. When we're remembering something or imagining something, we're traveling with our mind. We're traveling, okay? But we're not actually in that reality. That's why eyewitness testimony is so unreliable in courtrooms. It's because we're not necessarily visiting where we were, but we could be visiting another moment, another drop in time where a very similar experience is happening, but it's going a little differently. And so past life is really all of us experiencing all possible facets of creation at the same time. So when we're having past life memories, really what we're doing is we're traveling to think of it as like, I see droplets, like drops of time. That's how this shown to me. You're traveling to another drop of time, and you're sort of remote viewing, you're witnessing that. And, if you really sink into it, the experience of separation goes away because you realize, oh, I am Yvonne. Yvonne is me. I am Ian. Ian is me. And that's because every experience is happening at the same time. Every single possible permutation of every single experience is happening at the same time. So past lives, we use the term past lives for simplicity's sake because that's what we live in. It's kind of this linear time frame. It doesn't really exist. It's all happening at once. And like Ian said, there can be value in going through hypnosis, in viewing another experience, especially because they do tend to bleed into each other. We have experiences from these other experiences that bleed into each other as part of our cellular makeup. But it's not what's important. And there can be value in it, but it's not what we want to focus on. Focus on the here and now, because this is the ecstatic point in creation where our God consciousness is expressing itself. This is where we meet God, right here, right now. That's what it feels like to me. How does that feel?
I agree.
Wow. You know what just hit me though? So yeah, do you know why if you drive to a new place or go somewhere new, it takes a long time? It's because you are in the moment. You are every step of the way. You are, oh, look at this. This is interesting. Or I'd never seen that tree before. And then you stay in that moment looking at that tree. Yeah. And stuff like that. So as you're walking to someplace new, it's time slows down. And you're in the moment.
Yeah.
Now, when you go back, when you're going back home, you've already seen that. So it kind of like, okay, yeah, I saw that. That's really cool. And you get home a little, and so that passes your mind.
Yeah.
What's interesting is this life. Why is it that this life it feels slow? Because this is the moment. This is the life, the moment that you have. The past life, you already seen those.
Yeah,
those are already done. So they kind of like pass by you, or you get a glimpse of them here and there. But
right,
this is the moment. Yeah,
this is the point. I see it like white light coming to a point. Ecstatic point in creation is what I get. That's the present moment. Okay, we're gonna take one more question, and then I'm gonna wrap up our panel. I'm having so much fun, but
I know I could go on.
I could go all day. Chantel wants to know, fair question, what about time flies when you're having fun? So I think the point we're getting is not necessarily that time is slowing down, but that time changes. The time is not a thing. Time flies when you're having fun, time slows down. It's the change in our perception of time because we're in the moment is how I would answer that question. Yvonne, Ian, what do you got?
So what I was thinking while Ian was talking, the way out, the driving a new place, it seems unfamiliar and it feels a little bit scary. And there's a little, where am I going? How long is it going to take to get there? There's no neural pathway. You've never been there before. So your ego's in that fear mode of trying to figure out, is this safe? Am I going the right way? You're all caught up in your head. Once you have that neural pathway, you've gone someplace the first time, you're more comfortable, you come back, it seems so easy.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
You kind of know there's no danger. Yeah. We're
exactly. So oh, that wasn't really 30 minutes. It only took me 10. I was scared the whole time I was going to miss my turn. Because you weren't in faith. If you had faith that you knew you were going to get there and it was going to happen, it'd be fine, you'd just keep going along. But that little ego response of, this is taking forever. And the same thing, what she said about time flies when you're having fun. Of course it does. Because you already know what that's like. You already know how great that is. You're going to give yourself completely to that experience.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Ian. You got something?
Just quickly. Fun is our natural state.
Yeah.
Happiness. And that's where we want to be all the time. So when you're having fun, you're in the moment, and I mean you are there. It's just that when that moment passes, then now you want to be back there.
Right.
So that's why that time dilation or the time differences.
Time dilation. I like that. Did you just make that up?
No, that's in like sci-fi movies and everything. I wish I did.
I need to watch more sci-fi. Me and Yvonne were like, oh, that's good.
I know, right?
All right. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up our panel discussion. We've had a lot of really great questions. This has been really fun and engaging. I'm no longer terrified like I was at the beginning of our first show. So thank you, both of you, so much for jumping on and sharing your wisdom and your gifts and your connection to divine source. You know, for those of you watching, Yvonne and Ian are actually members of the board of directors of the Bhava Spiritual Mission. They are the pillars that help hold our organization together. And I'm so grateful to have you both in my life and be walking this divine path with you. I love you so much. So thank you so much for both of you for coming on, and thank you everybody for watching. So up next, we're gonna integrate this discussion. You know, feel the energy in your body. We're gonna integrate this with a sound bath. Chris Blum has put together, if you missed the one at the beginning, you get to enjoy this one. It's 2 minutes long. So just when you breathe, I just want you to breathe, throw that grounding cord into the earth, my beautiful star seeds. Okay. Let's get down in there. And then I'm going to, close us out with some announcements that we have from the Bhava Spiritual Mission. So please do stay tuned. We've got some really cool stuff going on. And then Robin is going to take you home with our Bhava song, which I can't get enough of. So thank you, Yvonne and Ian, again. And we're going to see you back on here again next month. We kind of got you on a once a month rotation. So thank you. I love you.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back. Is that not just gorgeous? We have such a talented people in our community. Chris is recording those sound baths from Eugene, Oregon. She's just in her studio doing the bowls and recording it and sending it over to us. And so thank you so much for jumping on and connecting with our debut service. I hope this has been really valuable for you. I hope that the spiritual message is meaningful and it resonates with you. I hope you found our panel as fun and inspiring and impactful as I did. I just love to connect with spirit and just share spirit out in any way possible. And this has been a really fun way of doing it. So thank you for coming on and joining. Again, this is our debut. Okay, so this is our first one. So we're, a little choppy. We're going to get really good at it. But, so far there may be some hiccups and what have you. If you have any comments for us, if you have anything that you want to share with us or any questions or, any tweaks that you see on your end where we can make this better, please let me know. Leave a comment, send a private message to this page. I'll be happy to take those and work those in. We're not really striving for perfection out of the gate because we know better, but we are going to just continue to make this as powerful and impactful an experience as possible for all of you, for everybody who's joining on. That is the goal of the Bhava Spiritual Mission, is to bring in the new earth, is to bring messages from spirit. So on that note, I want to talk a little bit about membership with our community. we have the Bhava Ministry. It's a group, a community worldwide. We're all over the world. And we are here, the people who are part of this community, you feel the strong connection to divine source, divine spirit, and you feel called and compelled to bring it out into the world. And you can not necessarily know how that's going to work, or you can have an idea of what you want to do. But the Bhava Spiritual Mission is we run a program, we run a school to help you connect with divine spirit, learn how to channel, learn how to do psychic work, learn about energy healing, and then help you build a platform to bring that message out into the world. And because we are legally structured as a church, you go through our program. It's an ordination program. So you get ordained as a minister, which means you have protection and you have the support of the Bhava Spiritual Mission, of our community, of our organization, of our structure. So if you're interested in that, I would ask you to send me an email, Ingrid@bhavamission.org, right there on your screen. And thank you so much. The next thing I want to talk about is our fellowship. So this is all online. Hello, thank you, COVID. Everything's online right now. We have a digital fellowship. So what this is a WhatsApp group that you're welcome to join, and you can join with that link below, bit.ly/Bhava Fellowship, BHAVA, Bhava Fellowship. You'll join the WhatsApp group, and then after our services, I provide a Zoom link, and you can jump on and you can connect with us, and we can talk about the message, and you can talk about your experience. Maybe if you want to really experience that community, that closed community, that's something we didn't want to give up. So we have a digital fellowship that you're welcome to be a part of, and I encourage you to go ahead and join using that group, and go ahead and introduce yourself to the WhatsApp group when you get there. I'm going to be sending out a link for about 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for us to jump on and have our digital fellowship. It's a real impactful thing that we do. And finally, I'm looking for my banners here. See, there we go. A lot of work goes into creating this content. I've done a lot of video editing, planning, researching, paying for equipment, tools, software, all of that stuff. And it's a passion. It's what I love to do. And I will do this for free all day long, as will our Bhava babes. But everybody is putting in time, effort, and money. And so if you feel like this message has been impactful and has helped you, we would so appreciate a donation of any kind to the Bhava Spiritual Mission. It is not required for us to show up and do this work, because again, this is our heart work. This is what we're called to do. But we do live in a world where we have expenses, and we got to live and pay rent and feed our kids and all that stuff. So if you are able to donate any amount to the Bhava Spiritual Mission for this time today and for the fellowship, if you want to be a part of that, that would be amazing. We would feel so good, and we would be so, so grateful. All right, so that's it. That's all I got. I don't want to bore you too much. If you found this helpful, please, I ask you to share it with your friends, share it with your community, invite people to like our page, whatever makes sense to you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support, and we are here for you. It is our mission. It is our privilege to be of divine service to you. So thank you again so much for showing up and being a part of this community today. Your comments and your feedback are always welcome. So let's, without further ado, let's do our Bhava song and then close out. And we will see you next week. We're going to be here every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you can join us live, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much. I love you madly.
Bye. Thank you, Ingrid. That was lovely. This song is called Bhava Means Love. And it is a sing-along, so I hope everyone starts to learn it and starts to sing along with me. It goes like this. Bhava means love. It's what we do to rise above the illusions of life are overcome by our light. Bhava means love. Our love is Bhava. The more we get together, our spirits are awake again. When we all leave here today, we get to feel more enlightened. Yeah. Bhava means love. It's what we use to rise above the illusion temptations of life we overcome with our light. Bhava means love.
Okay, looks like we lost our Rob and he got frozen. That's okay. I so appreciate you. We're going to do it again next time. So again, we're not perfect, but we're moving along. I can't wait for that song to be put out there, though. It is really good. I'm going to actually post the lyrics on our page so that you guys can see it, because it's just gorgeous little sing along and so hits the mark. It's so profound. So again, thank you so much for jumping on. I love you madly, and we will see you next week, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. God love you.